guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're new to my channel, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button to stay inspired to wise up and rise up above these narcissists. So if you clicked on part 3, you want to know more about how did I stand in my power? How did I stop what was going on, and how did I stop the pain that I was feeling after? Because again, dealing with a narcissist, again, is like an addiction. You feel the highs, you feel the lows. So after a while, when he started to creep back into my emotions and really, had me feeling like sad, anxiety, depression, all those feelings, because I started to realize what he was doing to me. I started to realize that this ain't gonna change. He literally wants to have his girlfriend and have me as his side chick and have a double life. I realized that's not what I want. That's not who I am, right? And that it's not fair to the other person, right? That's in his side of his life. And I started to say to myself, Tracy, you deserve better. But at the end of the day, I didn't feel like I deserved better. I started to realize my traumas. I started to realize that I wanted, for such a long period of time of being with him for 18 years, I wanted him to love me so badly because of my traumas of my dad not being there for me and relevant in my life. That my traumas of me believing that if a man doesn't love me, I'm nothing. That I don't know what love is because of the fact that a man does not love me. That if I'm not in a relationship, I can't be happy, right? And these are all the things that I was relying on my ex to provide for me because of the fact that those were my traumas. And that's why we cling on to that addiction of wanting to be seen by them, wanting to be loved by them, wanting to be cared by them, because we have our own inner traumas, whether we want to admit it or not, that we have within inside of ourselves, right? And seeing how he was treating me and seeing how I was reacting when I was hurting allowed me to see my traumas that need to be loved on, that need to be cared for, and allowed me to see the lies I was telling myself, that I'm not loved, I'm not worthy of love, that if I'm not in a relationship, like my life sucks, that, you know what I mean? Like I'm never gonna find somebody if like he doesn't love me, that I really wanna be with him. Those are all lies I was telling myself. Because why? I conditioned myself for such a long period of time of thinking that way, and thinking the narcissist would you make you feel like, you're meant to be with them, but yet they won't treat you that way, right? So at the end of the day, it allowed me to see all these traumas within inside of myself. It hurt so freaking bad, y'all, till one day I felt like I wanted to commit suicide. I didn't want to be here no more, and it was hurting so bad, knowing that he had someone else and didn't want me, but just wanted to use me and treat them, I thought, better. But how can someone be treated better if that person is cheating on you, if that person's lying to you? Would I really want to be that girl? No, right? So do I really want him? No, right? I just want the idea and the story that I created inside of my head, but that's not who he is. That's a lie I'm telling to myself because that's what I want. So do you get where I'm trying to show you guys that even though the narcissist, is all about ego, we have our own, as all humans, we all have fight through our ego, right? But we have our ego too, of us constantly saying we want them to love us, we want them to care about us, we want them to see us. That's all what we want. But what do they want? They want to use us, because at the end of the day, they don't know what love is. They want to do whatever the hell that's them. We have to detach and learn that we can't control other people. And even though we want someone to do something for us, we're only hurting ourselves even more. Like I had to tell myself, like, this is the facts. He wants to use me. He wants to have his girlfriend and he wants to use me on the side, but that's not what I want. I want a relationship where somebody respects me, cares for me? How can I get that from him where he doesn't know how to do that for himself? And I had to tell myself all these things to understand that, Tracy, everything that you desire outside of you is already inside of you. But it's for so long I thought that, again, if I don't have a man inside my life, I'm not loved, I'm not cared for, you know? And it's like me, when I broke that no contact, it allowed me to see all these areas with inside of, even though it hurt like shit, it allowed me to see all these areas that inside of my life that I need to work on for myself, that I need to love on for me, that I need to heal on for me, right? And I'm sharing this with you guys because I want you guys to see, right? Maybe you could take my story and then say to yourself, to look inward, what are areas within inside of me that I need to love on and that I need to heal on and I need to work on? And I truly, honestly believe that when you can work on those areas and you can love on yourself and you can heal those areas from within, is when you will level up to finally be free from the narcissist, because you will no longer be having this idea inside of your head that you need them in order to be happy, or you need them in order to feel loved, or you need them in order to feel worthy, right? And stop comparing yourself. Because like I would tell myself all the time that, oh, he's so happy with this new person. What does that person have that I don't? At the end of the day, it has nothing to do with you. It has to do with them wanting their cake and eat it too. It has to do with them just wanting to do whatever the fuck they want to do and treat people however they want to treat. And you can't stop that. You can't stop a person from doing whatever they want to do. And that's a big reality that I had to come down with. So how did I deal with those, thoughts that were breaking me? I had to think to myself, I'm like, again, how can I love myself? How can I heal those areas within inside of myself? And I journaled a lot, journaled out all my emotions. I prayed a lot. I turned to God for strength, because God will give you strength. I promise you, when you're feeling like you don't want to be here no more, when you're feeling like there's nothing you can do, turn to God. He will give you strength. I can't tell you how one day I felt like I didn't want to be here no more. And I turned to God. I read the Bible. I asked God to give me strength, and He renewed my mind. He renewed my heart, and He gave me strength to keep pushing forward. And I'm telling you guys, whoever's listening to this, turn to God. He will save you. Write down all your emotions. Get it all out on paper. Tell yourself that it's okay if you're hurting. Feel your emotions. Embrace every bit of your emotions. Love on yourself. Hug yourself. Tell yourself how amazing and beautiful you are. And feel those emotions. Talk to God. Put God first. Understand that life doesn't happen to you. Life happens for you. Understand that it's okay if some days you'll have good days. Some days you'll have bad days. It's okay to feel all these emotions. Feel your emotions, because that's what life is all about. It's about experiencing life through emotions and thoughts. And understand that, again, God is always with you, that you're never alone, that you are the definition of love, that if nobody else inside of your life loves you, that God loves you. And just all these things I was telling myself that was helping me to feel whole again, to feel safe, to feel loved, to feel like I'm going to get through this, right? And it's these things that we tell ourselves. It's so important, the words that we tell ourselves, and understanding the thoughts that we're thinking is what's going to help you to build back up your strength, and what's going to help you to stand in the facts, what's going to help you to heal, what's going to help you to move forward. And again, remember what I said, life doesn't happen to you, life happens for you. I was able to take all these experiences from breaking no contact to heal deeper issues within inside of myself that needed to be healed on, that needed to be loved on, that needed to be forgiven, right? So in reality, I'm so grateful that I broke no contact. I'm so grateful that, I allowed this person to treat me like these ways again, because it allowed to show me areas within inside of myself that I need loving on, that I need to heal from, that I need to work on. and that I need to understand who I am and who God created me to be. And it also made me closer to God because I seeked God right away, right? So again, understand that whatever it is that you go through, there's a higher calling and a higher reason on why you go through it, right? So these are how I dealt with the pain. These are how I dealt with the thoughts. These are how I was able to come down to saying to myself, I know I deserve better. I wrote down all the areas and where I know that I am unique, I am amazing, and just reminding myself that I deserve better. But the only way I can get better is if I make room for better to come in. And how can you make room? Is letting go. And I forgive my ex, because at the end of the day, he's coming in as my teacher. The enemy is just working through him to get to me, to break me from being closer to God, being closer to your healing, being closer to you embodying who God created you to be. Because the enemy will always work through people to break you. So, but you can always repent, you can always turn to God, ask for forgiveness, and then you can always learn from these experiences to make you stronger. Because what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And I know that experience made me stronger. So I'm so grateful for my ex being my teacher to make me stronger, to make me level up mentally and emotionally, to make me closer to God. So again, life doesn't happen to you, life happens for you. I hope that you hearing my experience on how I'm dealing with things after breaking the no contact can help inspire you and help you in some sort of way. In part 4, y'all, I'll talk about how did I deal with not beating myself up, forgiving myself, and bouncing back from breaking no contact. So stay tuned for part 4, you guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, leave me your comments, let me know what your thoughts are, and let's get into part 4.